Right now, at this exact moment, at least 3 artificial intelligence systems are building a profile of you. Not a profile you created. Not a profile you approved. A profile assembled from every question you have asked, every document you have shared, every email you have written, and every preference you have revealed through thousands of small interactions you probably do not even remember. And starting last week, one of those systems processes your profile while you sleep. On June 4th, OpenAI launched something called Dreaming V3. The name sounds poetic. What it does is anything but. While you sleep, ChatGPT takes every conversation you have ever had with it, every prompt, every follow-up, every document upload, every personal detail you have mentioned, and processes it all. The AI looks for patterns. Your communication style, your emotional tendencies, your professional domain, your political leanings, inferred from the questions you ask, your health concerns, inferred from the symptoms you have described, your financial situation, inferred from the budget questions you have asked at 2 in the morning. When you wake up, ChatGPT knows you better, not because you told it anything new, because it spent 8 hours analyzing everything you have ever told it. OpenAI calls this reflective memory. I call it the most significant privacy development of 2026. Because ChatGPT is not alone. Every major AI system is building a profile of you. And the profiles are getting deeper every day. Let me map exactly what each AI knows about you right now. If you use ChatGPT, OpenAI has your complete conversation history. Before Dreaming V3, this data sat in storage accessible when you scrolled back through old chats. After Dreaming V3, this data is actively analyzed, cross-referenced, pattern-matched. The AI does not just remember what you said. It understands what you meant. It identifies your values based on the questions you ask. It predicts your behavior based on patterns in your conversations. If you use Google's Gemini, either through Gemini directly or through Siri on your iPhone, after Apple's WWDC announcement this week, Google has access to your Gmail, every email sent and received, your Google Drive, every document, spreadsheet, and presentation, your calendar, every meeting and appointment, your search history, every question you typed into Google, your YouTube watching history, every video that reveals your interests. And if you activated Gemini Spark, Google's 24/7 AI agent, all of this data is continuously monitored, not occasionally accessed. Continuously. An AI watching your digital life around the clock, learning from every inbox change, every calendar update, every document edit. If you use Claude, Anthropic stores your conversation history and builds what they call a memory of your preferences and communication style across sessions. Claude remembers your name, your job, your technical level, and patterns in how you communicate. If you use Apple's new Siri with iOS 27, Apple now stores conversation context within sessions. The rebuilt Siri has conversation memory, it remembers what you said earlier. And with extensions, if you choose Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT to power Siri, that third-party model also receives your query data. 4 AI systems, 4 companies, 4 profiles, all being built simultaneously from your daily interactions. Now, here is the question nobody is answering honestly. Can you see your profile? Can you control it? Can you delete it? The honest answer is partially, barely, and not really. ChatGPT has a memory feature you can view and edit. You can see explicit facts it has stored your name, your job, your city. You can delete individual memories. But Dreaming V3 operates deeper than the memory list. The patterns it identifies, the behavioral model it builds, the inferences it draws, these exist in the processing, not in a list you can edit. You can delete the fact that you live in Chicago. You cannot delete the pattern that you ask career questions at midnight, which suggests job dissatisfaction. Google has a privacy dashboard. You can see your search history and delete it. But deleting history does not delete the model's learned understanding of your behavior. The patterns persist even after the source data is removed. Apple says Siri data is anonymized, but anonymization can often be reversed with enough supplementary data. And with extensions, your data flows to companies whose deletion policies may be very different from Apple's. There is a fundamental difference between human memory and AI memory that makes this situation uniquely dangerous. Human memory fades. It distorts. It forgets. You cannot remember what you had for breakfast 3 Tuesdays ago. Your doctor cannot remember every symptom you have described over the past decade. Your friend does not recall every conversation you have had. AI memory is perfect. It never forgets a detail. It never misremembers a date. It never loses a conversation. And it never stops accumulating. Every interaction you have with an AI makes its model of you more accurate. Over months and years, these models become extraordinarily detailed portraits of your personality, beliefs, habits, fears, and vulnerabilities. And you did not consent to this portrait. You consented to individual conversations. You asked questions and got answers. But the accumulation of thousands of conversations into a comprehensive behavioral profile was never something you explicitly agreed to. It was buried in a terms of service document that you clicked accept without reading. So when does helpful personalization become surveillance? This is the defining question of the AI era. And the answer is not technical, it is ethical. Is it personalization when ChatGPT remembers your writing style? Probably. Is it surveillance when ChatGPT processes your conversations overnight to build a behavioral model without asking you each time? That is a harder question. Is it personalization when Gemini Spark monitors your inbox to draft responses? Probably. Is it surveillance when Gemini builds a complete picture of your professional relationships, your financial transactions, and your daily schedule from your email? That is a harder question. The line between helpful and invasive is drawn differently by every person. But right now, the companies drawing that line are the same companies that profit from knowing more about you. And they are drawing it as far toward surveillance as you will tolerate. Here is what you can do. And I want to be honest, these steps limit the damage, but they do not solve the problem. First, audit your AI memory. Open ChatGPT settings and review the memory section. Check your Google privacy dashboard. Review Apple's privacy settings. See what each system has stored. Second, use temporary modes for sensitive topics. ChatGPT has a temporary chat mode where conversations are not stored. Use it for health questions, financial discussions, legal concerns, or anything you would not want in a permanent profile. Third, periodically clear your conversation history. This removes the raw records. It does not remove what the AI has already learned from them, but it limits future accumulation. Fourth, read the privacy policies. The real ones, not the summary. Understand where your data goes and whether it is used to train future models. And fifth, make a conscious choice. Better personalization requires more data. More privacy requires less personalization. You cannot have both. Decide where your line is. Over the past 4 weeks on Future Systems Media, we have traced a single thread through the biggest stories in artificial intelligence. Week 1, who controls the AI you use? Week 2, AI agents that work while you sleep. Week 3, Apple's hidden deals and the WWDC preview. And this week, what AI remembers about you and the billion-dollar infrastructure that makes it possible. These are not separate stories. They are one story. The story of artificial intelligence becoming the most intimate technology in human history. A technology that listens, remembers, learns, and never forgets. A technology that is building a profile of you right now while you watch this video. You did not choose to be profiled, but you can choose to be informed. And information is the first step to taking back control. This has been Future Systems Media. Subscribe for next month's series. We are going even deeper.